Thank you, everyone, for holding. We are now joined with head coach Ron Hunter from Georgia State. If you have a question for Coach Hunter, please press star 1 at this time to get in the queue to ask questions. Again, that's star 1 to get in the queue to ask questions for head coach Ron Hunter of Georgia State. The Panthers head to Arkansas this weekend to take on Arkansas State on Thursday and Little Rock on Saturday. Coach Hunter, before we get to questions, please give us your thoughts on the season so far and the expectations for conference play as we head to the tournament.
Well, we're 12-5, coming off of a loss at the other night, who I think plays really well at home and maybe one of the best 4-win teams I've seen in a long time. Did a good job with them, but we're 12-5, and we're not playing our best basketball right now, but there are parts of the year where you kind of go through this. We're just trying to get ourselves ready for February, which my teams have been pretty good in February. So we've got to be this year with the league that's from top to bottom. That's pretty good. So we're excited about it. Got to stay healthy, and if we can do that, we'll have a chance at the end.
Okay, thank you, Coach Hunter. As a reminder to our members of the media, please press star 1 to get in the queue to ask questions for head coach Ron Hunter of Georgia State. Our first questions will come from Doug Roberson with the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. Doug, please go ahead.
Hey, Coach.
Hey, Doug, how are you?
I'm fine, sir. How important is this 2-game road trip to trying to maintain one of those top 4 seeds and get that bye in the Sun Belt tournament?
And I don't think it's any more important than what we've done before or what's after that. It just happens to be the next game. I've been doing this the last few years in this conference, and whenever you think something's about to happen, something different happens. So we just got to worry about the next game. We got a good Arkansas State team that we've got to go play on the road, and so that's our focus right now. Not so much, I think it's too early to be worried about seeding, especially right now in the way the league is shaping out. So we just want to go win the next game. I think that's the most important thing, and don't look at the big picture. Look at the just what's in front of you, and that's Arkansas State.
You said after the last home game that the team isn't the most blessed offensively. I thought before the season that it had a chance to be a really good offensive team because of the depth, but it's just not working out quite that way. What do you think the reasons are, and how do you kind of try to get it headed the right direction as you go into February?
Well, I think we've kind of got people spoiled at Georgia State. We lost 2 pros, in RJ and Ryan Harrell. I mean, those guys are very talented. You don't replace those guys overnight, and so we've got to score a little bit differently. I mean, the last couple of years, it's everybody kind of knew where the ball was going with those 2 guys. I mean, these guys get better. Some of the young guys are starting to figure it out, and but again, at the mid-major level, when you lose 2 pros like we did, something's got to give. I mean, I'm happy. We're 12-5, and so at the end of the day, that's the most important thing. It's not so much how many points you score; it's how many games you win it. And so that's what I want to make sure we focus on. I mean, it's there's some strengths that we have on this team that were better than a year ago, and we have some weaknesses. But again, we knew offensively to try to replace 20 points a game from 2 guys, and both guys who really knew how to play. We knew that'd be a stretch.
Well, what can you focus on to try to get the scoring up a little bit, and so it doesn't stress the defense so much?
Yeah, I don't know so much if we're worried about the scoring. I think we're just worried about, we got to win games. I mean, every team takes its own identity in how they play. Second half last night and the other night we scored 45 points in the half. So, again, what we've got to do is we've got to concentrate on what this group does well and winning in those games. And that's what's important, not worried about the scoring, not worried about the team. We got to make sure we figure out how to win games and play at the tempo that we're accustomed to playing at.
What is it this group does well?
It can defend when it wants to. And again, it must be doing something well when they're 12-5. I mean, I think there are a lot of people in the country that like to be 12-5. So we only lost 5 games all year, and you're heading into February. So we're doing something right, and I think what we're doing right is defensively.
Okay. Thank you. Oh, are you healthy?
Right.
Any injuries?
No, I'm fine.
No,
I'm fine. Thank you. Appreciate you asking. Thank you.
The team. Any injuries?
Oh, the team. Oh. No, the team's fine, Doug. Everyone's doing great. They're doing fine. I thought you were being nice and asking how I was doing, but no, the team's
I know you're fine. All right. Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Doug.
Thank you very much, Doug. Our next questions come from caller in Monroe, Louisiana. Caller, please identify yourself and go ahead with your question.
Hey, Ron, this is Adam Hunsucker at the Monroe News Star. How are you doing?
Good, Adam. How are you?
Good. had a question for you about the way the season's kind of shaken out thus far, conference-wide. It seems like everything we thought has kind of gone out the window, and I just wanted to get your thoughts. And do you think there's anybody that's differentiated themselves as the best team in this league yet, or are we still a ways away from seeing that?
Well, again, I'm kind of a black and white guy, and Arkansas Little Rock is having a great year right now, and has only lost one league game. But again, I've seen this how this thing works, especially in this league. I think we were the first team in a long time in the Sun Belt that has won the league and won the conference tournament. And so I think in the last 14, 15 years, that's only been done one time. So in a league that has such parity, I just think that the conference tournament is going to be a lot of fun for everybody but the coaches, because I think that anyone can beat anybody on any given day in this conference. So that's why you got to be playing your best basketball at the right time. I don't think that the team that's playing the best right now will be the best team that's playing in March. So the team that's playing its best basketball in March will represent us in the NCAA tournament.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
All right, no problem.
Thank you very much, Adam, and thank you, Coach. It's all the questions we have for today. We appreciate your time.
All right, no problem. Take care.